Hello and welcome to this segment of Lawrence Live. I'm Dr. Sean Smith, Superintendent for the Metropolitan School District of Lawrence Township. And ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to be with you today. I am joined by the Lawrence Central Bears, and we've got two extremely special guests. Both of them are representatives on the Indianapolis Mayor Youth Council. So to my right, I want to start with, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Grace Moore, and I'm a senior at Lawrence Central High School.
All right, and to my left, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mateo Escobedo, and I'm a senior at Lawrence Central High School.
And our best and brightest, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to know these two young people over the year, and they are doing some outstanding work with the Mayor's Youth Council. But first of all, as you heard, they're both seniors at Lawrence Central High School. I'll start with Grace. Talk about the Mayor Youth Council. What is this all about?
So the council is made up of 25 students, and we basically just go over some of the important issues in the city that impact teens, and we figure out solutions together and with the mayor to implement over the years.
Okay, so Grace, this is across the entire county, the entire city of Indianapolis. So how many youngsters are on the council?
There are 25 students spread out all throughout Marion
Okay.
County.
All right, Mateo, so let's get into some of the nuts and bolts because you guys, I mean, is the mayor actually at the meeting? Do you guys make recommendations? What are you guys doing on behalf of young people in the county?
Right, so a typical meeting would usually last from around 8 to 12 in the afternoon, and we take the time to break down any plans that we've made as individual groups. Oftentimes the mayor is there with us, and he'll listen in on what we have to say, and he'll also reflect on what's been going on in our city and how he thinks the MYLC can help with him throughout the week.
Okay, well, I've gotten to know you two young people, and Grace has brought proposals to her superintendent and in the past, initiatives from the Mayor's Youth Council. Let's get into specifics. So I'm gonna let both of you just touch on one initiative right now that you young people have worked on.
So one committee that Mateo and I are both on is a forum for superintendents, school leaders, to discuss teen mental health. And we've basically, over the past few months, have just gone over issues impacting our mental health and solutions that we think will help our mental health throughout the school year. And right now we are planning a forum and a press release to go out in the next few months.
Well, Grace, you know, you did bring that to me, but I'm gonna push you even further. What really pushed you guys to push forward mental health as a major initiative?
So last year we covered 3 topics: mental health, homelessness, and teen gun violence. And one thing we realized is that mental health is an underlying cause for all issues. So we really wanted to dig deep into how we could help the mental health of our peers, and we realized that that starts with the school. We all go to school every day, and that can take a toll on us mentally, and so we figured that we should do something about that and to raise awareness about it.
Outstanding, outstanding. Mateo, give me another initiative that you guys have with the Mayor Youth Council.
Right, so alongside with doing the forum and releasing a press release, we're also working on a survey to release to students with IUPUI undergraduates, and we're trying to form this survey to allow an open conversation to students directly, anonymously as well, about how they're feeling mentally, how school impacts their mental health, and what steps they think their schools could take helping them throughout the years.
Outstanding, Mateo and Grace. I'm just so honored to be with you, two young people. I've gotten to know them over the years. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we're in great hands, and they're doing fantastic things, not only in the classroom, but outside. But now I got to brag about these two. So I'm going to let each of you tell our public out there, what's the next step? Because you two are seniors, and we're working on graduation as we speak, okay? What's the next step for each of you next year? Grace, you start.
In the fall, I will be attending Brown University as a freshman, concentrating in international and public affairs.
Outstanding. Mateo, where we going, man?
In the fall, I'll be going to IU Bloomington and hopefully become a social studies teacher.
Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? We're doing great things in Lawrence Township, educating our students. We're really proud of these two who are on the Mayor Youth Council, representing Lawrence Central High School and representing our township. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank these two young people for this segment of Lawrence Live. Stay tuned. I've got 2 important leaders in our district that'll be on the next segment. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to this segment of Lawrence Live. I'm Dr. Sean Smith, Superintendent of School. And I told you I'm bringing some very, very special guests. I want to start at the top of the organization. I have with me today members of the Board of Education for the Metropolitan School District of Lawrence Township. So I'm going to start to my immediate right. Introduce yourself, ma'am.
Well, my name is Wendy Mustin, and I've been honored to serve as a school board member here in Lawrence Township for 8 years.
And the new member.
I'm Amy Norman, and I'm honored to serve on the school district school board for the past month. I'm the newest member.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, often goes unnoticed, but absolutely important to the corporation in the community or your elected officials. These individuals are elected as five-member board to the Board of Education who oversee the day-to-day of the school district. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are two of my five bosses. So I'm glad to have them here today. I want to start off to the question for Mrs. Mustin because she's in her third term, just elected to her third term on the board, is why are you on the Board of Education, Ms. Mustin?
I'm on the Board of Education because Lawrence Township gave my children the world. Our daughters went through K-12 here, and I had a desire to give back to this community and was recruited in 2012 to run for election. And I am honored to serve and to do what I can to make sure every student in the district has the opportunity to succeed, to graduate, and to make the most of their lives.
Ms. Norman, what about you? What's your purpose?
Similar to Ms. Mustin, I want to give back. I have a strong desire to give back. The district has done so much. We have so much breadth and depth to our district. My older kids, I have 3 children in the district, and my older kids are in the high ability pre-AP programs, getting their needs met. My youngest is in the Exceptional Learners Program, and the district really performed a miracle in her life. And she was born with a disability in her muscles, couldn't walk when she started at the ELC, and she's an IEP success story. They had her walking 3 months into the school year. So I've seen how powerful Lawrence schools are, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, well explained from both of them because they have the responsibility to assure that every student in Lawrence Township receives a free public education. Let's talk about some of the initiatives that we have going on as a Board of Education. And so, Ms. Mustin, what's something right now that's really near and dear to your heart as a school board member?
There are several things near and dear to my heart as a school board member. I'm very proud of the work we're doing to take a deep dive into the culture of equity in our schools right now. I think that's one of maybe the most important aspect of the work we're doing right now in general as an entire board. And for me personally, I feel that we've dived in and made sure that we have STEM for all. It's very important for our children to experience the STEM subjects. But it's very important to me as well that we have arts for all of our students.
Absolutely.
And I'm very proud to sit here with students behind the scenes making this happen.
Absolutely.
And to see their work in the arts.
Absolutely. Ms. Norman, how about you as a new board member?
Well, Dr. Smith, there's 3 things that come to mind. School safety, that's very important for all of us involved. The second thing is recruiting, developing, and retaining quality educators at both the teacher and the administrative level. And the third thing that's important to me is continuing to develop our community partnerships because they're a great part and a great asset to our school district.
So as you can see, the board, obviously, you guys have studied well. You know your goals and what your expectations are for the community to educate their children. But let's just talk about, because as a board, we have a major responsibility financially. Let's talk about that. Give me your thoughts on how do we fund our students? What are your thoughts about that, Ms. Mustin? Because as a board member, that's probably our greatest challenge.
It's our greatest challenge. We depend on the state to provide funding for our students. And right now, in this legislative cycle, we're very concerned that our students in public education may not get the funding that they need to continue the good work we do. So
I think it's well explained. I think that's it.
I guess follow follow the newspaper, follow the Senate bills, I think 412, 413, and give a call to your legislator if you think that you can help.
So school funding is certainly important, Ms. Norman. What are your thoughts on that as a new board member coming in?
Well, Dr. Smith, I'm still learning quite a bit myself. Everything Wendy said. And then within the district, just continuing to look at our ways of being fiscally responsible with the funds we do have currently.
Well said, Ms. Norman. And as a school corporation, we run the day-to-day operation, and these two ladies, along with the other three board members, hold Dr. Smith accountable in the community to make sure that we're doing what we are supposed to do with our school funding to educate our students.
And I might add, Dr. Smith, that over the 8 years I've been here, we have touched almost every school and renovated most of our schools without raising any taxes to our to stakeholders, and recently passed a referendum because the high school projects were too expensive.
Absolutely.
And we couldn't do that without raising taxes a bit, and the support we have from our community to do that was incredible. And we're very appreciative of that.
Outstanding. So these two ladies represent our democracy. They're elected officials, elected to the Board of Education by citizens in our community. So for both of you, we'll do a little bit of educating to our public. So a takeaway, what could you share to somebody out there who would be interested in serving on the Board of Education? What advice each of you ladies would give to them? Ms. Buston?
Attend some school board meetings. We have a class you can take. Get in touch with your school board members, and we will lead you to the class that you can take to study what the school board does and understand what the school board does. Just get in touch with your school board members. We're here. We'd love to talk to you, and we'd love to bring you along. And after 4 years, after it's been 12 years, I'm going to be old. I'm already old, and I'm going to need somebody to step in and help us.
Wise, wisdom.
Somebody to step in and help here. It's important that these roles are not permanent jobs, that these get passed through the community and through our stakeholders. So,
Right. Ms. Norman, as a new school board member, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on that are just one thing for me as a new member is learning more about how the state legislature works and how it impacts our local school district. So I guess studying that, talking to members in the community, finding out what issues are really important, especially to those who have children in the district, because that can be ever-changing. We've seen that with the pandemic. Those are the takeaways I have at this point.
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are in good hands with leadership in our school district, and the Board of Education is extremely important to our school corporation. They oversee, as I said earlier, the day-to-day operations of the district. I do report to the 5-member board, and then I oversee the day-to-day operations on their behalf. And we would like to say that we believe we're in good hands, but in order for us to be a strong school and community, we have to have people like these two ladies here who are willing to serve and to hold us accountable to make sure that our children are educated at the highest level. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this segment of Lawrence Live. Dr. Sean Smith, and I look forward to seeing you back here very soon.